This case is one of the key cases relating to the definition of beyond reasonable doubt in the criminal law. There are probably 1,000 different ways in which it could be explained. The difficulty is, though, that any attempt to explain to the jury the meaning of beyond reasonable doubt carries the risk of confining or narrowing the meaning. You see, it's for each juror to decide whether they have a reasonable doubt as to the defendant's guilt. So it is for the jury to decide what amounts to reasonable doubt. Any attempt to explain to them what reasonable doubt means is like a judge saying, "You no longer have to decide what reasonable doubt means. I am going to relieve you of that responsibility and tell you." As soon as that happens, it's the judge rather than the jury determining whether reasonable doubt exists. In Thomas, the defendant was on trial for the murder of another man named Wedd. Thomas's argument was that at the time of the killing, he was so intoxicated that he was incapable of forming the intention to kill Wedd, and so he should be convicted of manslaughter rather than murder. Under West Australian law at the time, if the jury decided that Thomas was in fact so intoxicated that he could not form the intention to kill, then the jury could in fact acquit him of murder. The judge in the original case said this: "The accused is entitled to the benefit of any reasonable doubt which you may have. There is no particular magic about the way you've got to consider it, no special rules. You consider it in an ordinary common sense manner and in the way you would consider the more serious matters which come up for consideration and decision in your lives. And if considering it in that way you come to the conclusion, you come to a feeling of comfortable satisfaction that the accused is guilty, then you should find him so guilty." The problem is, of course, the judge was setting a rule that they should consider it in an ordinary common sense manner and that the relevant standard was comfortable satisfaction, not beyond reasonable doubt. The murder conviction was set aside and the iron rule remains. It is for the jury to determine what is meant by reasonable doubt.